Are Clash abilities giving you a hard time inside of Clash Mini? Well, this is the video for you. In this video, we are going to break down how to counter Clash and win each and every single one of your games, beating this annoying deck archetype. Alright, in this clip right here, you are seeing a Spear Goblin in the back and a Prince in the middle. What that's going to be is the Prince is going to the back line to counter your Magic Archer, and your Spear Goblin is trying to do damage to your Archer Queen. What are we going to do in this scenario? We're going to be putting our Ice Wizard all the way at the front lines. We're going to be using the 3rd star Ice block, and we're going to also have the Giant Skeleton block the Spear Goblin shot. As you can see in the clip here, the Spear Goblin did no damage to our Giant Skeleton, and the Prince did nothing to our Ice Wizard, knocking all of our minis back, easily allowing us to win round number 3. In this next clip, we are playing versus a Royal Champion player. Royal Champions are really strong. They usually are coupled with a lot of Clash ability minis. And as you can see here, his bowler is a Clash ability mini, and it's going after our Royal Ghost. So what are we going to do in order to counter this? Well, there's a couple of things that we are going to do. The first thing that we are going to do is put Ice Block on my Ice Wizard up front with my Mega Knight so that it stays the same. I am anticipating him playing a Spear Goblin or even a Prince as well to counter my Royal Ghost. As my Royal Ghost is going to be the carry, I need to make sure that I protect that mini at all costs. And as you can see, as we are slowly going here, the Royal Ghost is going to be able to take out every single one of his minis and carry me to victory. The main thing with that last clip is you have to anticipate and understand what a Clash deck is going to be. A lot of Clash decks are with Royal Champions as well as Skeleton Kings, but there are other decks that have Princes in them where you need to preemptively counter it just in case they are playing it. The more you are able to preemptively counter what your opponent is playing, as you can see right there, we stopped all of the damage from the Spear Goblin, and the bowler didn't do too much damage as well, and our Royal Ghost was able to stay alive. We were able to easily win that match. The name of the game versus Clash opponents is you need to be able to counter them before they play their Clash abilities, or you are able to then counter them once they put down their Prince or Spear Goblin. So winning round number 1 versus a Clash deck is very important. Alright, in this next clip, we're going to show you how to counter Wave Master. All the Wave Masters are throwing over Mega Knights in your back line, and it is absolutely super annoying. We're also going to show you how to counter the Fisherman. Alright, so the first thing you need to do is understand where the Mega Knight is going to be thrown. So pretty much in round number 1, if you're playing a ranged hero like myself, I do not play anything else with it. If I was playing a melee hero, whether that be a monk or a barbarian king or a countess, I would have played other minis with the hero to try to win round number 1. But we lose round number 1, but now we know the exact positioning that his Mega Knight is going to drop to, and that is to the right of my Archer Queen. So what are we going to do in round number 2? Well, in round number 2, what I'm going to do is put my Mega Knight in the spot where his Mega Knight will jump to, then it will then go to the spot where my Giant Skeleton is played, but it can't do that, so it'll go to the right of the Giant Skeleton. It's always going to spawn to the right of the troop that you have. So in that position, it's always going to spawn to the right. So if you place it on the other side, if I was placing my Archer Queen on the right hand side, this would not have worked in this positioning because of that. So just make sure that you understand that. We're also going to get down a Magic Archer as well in this round, and we're going to win round number 2. So to recap on what just happened, because there was a lot. My Giant Skeleton is played here with my Mega Knight to counter his Mega Knight. My Magic Archer I am upgrading here as well, and now what we are doing is we're forcing the Mega Knight to not go to the Mega Knight position. The second position after the Mega Knight position will be the Giant Skeleton position. We put the Giant Skeleton there so that the Mega Knight will be spawning to the right of the giant skeleton. And why is that so important? It's so important because you are going to see right here in the next round why that is the case. All right, so he plays a fisherman to counter my magic archer. That's going to cause some very, very big problems for us in rounds number 4 and rounds number 5, because I know he is going to pull my magic archer and make sure that it gets stunned by his mega knight. There is a way to counter this, and we are going to show you this in round number 4. What do we want to do in round number 4? Well, we want to get out our ice wizard. We want to make sure that the ice wizard gets the 3rd star ability. We're going to 3-star my magic archer, and now what this does is it keeps my magic archer in this position, which means his mega knight is never going to be able to stun the magic archer of mine until my mega knight gets eliminated. Also, as you can see, the fish hook does not work when the ice wizard uses the 3rd star ice block. And as you can see, the magic archer is out of his mega knight's range, and we are just sitting here looking pretty. As you can see, he's got the extended radius, but that one tile in the back left hand side is open, and that is going to allow us to win here in round number 4, countering his wave master and fisherman. In this next clip, I am going to show you what happens when they don't play anything in round number 1. You play your Royal Ghost or your carry, your Magic Archer, your Dark Goblin, and then they load up the box here with a Spear Goblin as well as a Prince and completely take out your Royal Ghost, your carry unit right off of the bat, and easily win round number 2. What are you going to do in this situation? Besides throwing them well played, you are now going to be in a situation where you're going to need to counter them. First of all, you notice how I don't play my carries in the front lines. There's a reason for this. Playing your carries in the front lines allows them to be able to do this to you with you not being able to counter them. What we're going to do here is put down our Ice Wizard, and our Ice Wizard doesn't have Ice Block yet. Our Ice Wizard is just here to get eliminated in round number 3, just to prevent extra damage from your Royal Ghost. That is the only reason why it is here. We do take a lot of damage off on our Royal Ghost, but it is still alive. Now my Royal Ghost is slowly stacking up. It's a 3-star Royal Ghost. It is my carry. The Royal Ghost is meant to completely counter him, and that is what it is doing here in round number 3. You keep alive your carries, you will be able to win. Now round number 4 is coming out here. We see that he's got a Spear Goblin. We see that he's got a Prince. Does he maybe have a bowler? Well, we're going to put Ice Block on our Ice Wizard so that we negate all of the damage, and the Ice Wizard is played, and it will still be alive no matter what. So now what happens here? The Ice Wizard takes all of the damage from the Prince, from the Spear Goblin. The Royal Ghost is going absolutely bananas, and it's going to carry me to victory here pretty fast, pretty efficiently, and that was all set up by defending versus the clash abilities that he was throwing at me. Some other key tips versus Clash players. Some of them only have the Prince in their deck, and I love to run the Prince myself because the Prince allows me to counter other Princes with my own. It really allows me to put the Prince in the front lines and protect my carries, whether that be a 3-star Mega Knight, whether that be a 3-star Royal Ghost, whether that be a 3-star Swordsman, or even a Dark Goblin or a Magic Archer. It really protects your front line or back line carry, and that gives you extra opportunities to win. Just remember, if you play in the second row instead of the first row, it allows you to sacrifice your mini like we did there in that last match with our Ice Wizard, and allow you to be able to keep your carry alive and be able to beat these Clash players that are all over the meta.